Hi everyone and welcome to another flight review. Today I'm flying aboard Bonza from here in the Sunshine Coast down to Melbourne. Every airline at the Sunshine Coast operates out of the same terminal and Bonza is no exception. The check-in for Bonza was alongside other airlines and there was quite a large queue for check-in as there were two Bonza flights departing at the same time. Nonetheless, it was a fairly smooth process. Once airside at the terminal, I have to say Sunshine Coast Airport is quite outdated, but it is good to see some work being done to modernise it. Here is our aircraft for tonight. It is a brand new Bonza 737-8 MAX registered as VH-UKH. Bonza has nicknamed this aircraft Malc after a loved staff member who has passed away. This flight is actually Malc's first ever passenger flight, which is pretty exciting. Over here is VH-UKH or Shazza, which just arrived in from Cairns. For those of you who don't know, the Sunshine Coast is Bonza's main base. Boarding commenced rather late this evening as we had an aircraft swap right at the last minute. Hello again.
Hi, welcome back. That was quick.
Thank you. Welcome aboard the Bonza 737-8 MAX. It is laid out in an all-economy class layout in a 3-3 configuration with 186 seats in total, with my seat today being 16F.
Hello again.
The seats are made by seat manufacturer Recaro and are the BL3710 model. The seats are fairly slim and I found that they are quite narrow in width. There is a large adjustable headrest which is very comfortable. It can be adjusted in many ways as shown. It is also perfectly comfortable for sleeping. You have a standard size tray table which can be folded down like so. You can slide it backwards and forwards, however, since these seats have never been used before, everything was fairly stiff. In the main seat pocket, there is a safety information card, which was nice and purple. There is a seat pocket at the bottom of the seat, which wasn't great as items could fall out through the bottom, but to my surprise, the seat offers a USB port and a universal power socket. There are coat hooks on the side of every seat, and lastly, there is a seat recline button to, recline your seat.
Place your large bags in the overhead lockers and smaller bags under the seat in front of you. If you haven't already, download the Bonza app for all things food, drink, entertainment and budgie smugglers. If you need any help, sing out to one of our legends. We can make sure you have a Bonza flight. Thank you and welcome on board. The flight time is 2 hours and 23 minutes, so if you want to just let them know once we close up the doors, that's all good, you're all good to go. Including mobile phones and smartwatches. Large electronic devices, including laptop computers, must now be switched off and stowed. Cabin crew alarm doors and cross-check.
We're finally pushing back 40 minutes late.
It is my pleasure to introduce the cabin crew legends flying you through to Melbourne this evening. Your pilots are Captain Mike and Captain Owen. Your legends in the cabin are, we've got Danielle up the front, Tate in the middle, and Amanda down the back. Once again, my name is Bridget. Please remove any headphones and pause all electronic devices for the safety demonstration. We ask that you give the cabin crew your attention for the next few minutes, even if you fly often. Your seatbelt should be securely fastened low and tight across your hips. Fasten by assisting children or others. If the mask doesn't inflate, don't worry, oxygen is flowing.
After what was almost an hour delay, we're finally about to take off. Once the seatbelt sign is turned off, you're welcome to use your large electronic devices and the charging ports. All transmitting devices, including smartwatches, are to remain in flight mode. We do recommend... Once we were up in the air, I was looking forward to indulging in Bonza's snag in a bag. However, they were short-catered on this flight due to the aircraft swap at the last minute. I held off from eating for the rest of the flight, and I tried to put my head down to get some sleep, as night flights are quite uneventful. On another note, Bonza's menu is quite widely ranged. They have a morning and an afternoon menu, which I guess is a respectful choice. My general opinion on the cabin was that it had a very airy and clean vibe. There was lots of purple on board, so you definitely knew you were flying with Bonza.
Landing time of just on 7 minutes past the hour. Should be thereafter. It's weather. Temperature about 12 degrees. The wind is from the southwest at 10 kilometres an hour. Just light passing showers. Just going to be trust you've enjoyed your flying with us this evening, and we look forward to seeing you again when you next choose to fly.
I was lucky enough to have the same crew coming back to Melbourne as for the way up to the Sunshine Coast. The crew were absolutely fantastic and were so goddamn friendly. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this experience. Given that the fares are so cheap, I reckon you get more than what you pay for, and that's a good ass bargain. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon.
Make sure that your seatbelt is firmly fastened. Large electronic devices, including laptops, must be switched off and put away. You may continue to use your smaller electronic device until we arrive at the gate, but all devices must be removed from the charging ports. Thank you. the traditional owners of this land and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. For the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. If your mobile phones are within reach, you're welcome to use these now. If you're leaving us via the tarmac, we ask that all electronic devices are not used until you get to the terminal. Before leaving, please check your seat for all personal belongings and be really careful when opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved during our flight. When you leave the aircraft, please follow the direction of our ground crew. A reminder that smoking and the use of electronic cigarettes are not permitted on the tarmac or inside the terminal building. On behalf of our legends on board today, we would like to thank you for flying with Bonza and look forward to seeing you on board again soon. If Melbourne is home, welcome home. If you're visiting loved ones, enjoy some special moments together. And if you're here for business, don't work too hard. Thank you and have a great weekend.
Well, that one's wings a little broken. That one's wings, that one's wings a little bit broken. That one's wings a little bit broken.
I don't think so.
Over the edge.
Cabin crew, the side doors and cross check.